Hi, guys, and welcome to another edition of Stories from the Den with me, Simon.
And me, Jamie.
It's wonderful to welcome you back. If you joined in with us last week, we challenged everyone to make their own den. And if you're wondering what a den is, it's a nice, cozy space, a bit like this. This is our one, and this is my one. Jamie's got hers, where you can make in your house. It can be maybe a secret, snug place, and come and listen to a different, exciting Bible story every week. And this week, it's very exciting. We've got the story of Jonah. Can you see him there in that picture? It's a really exciting story and loads of things that God has to say to us through it about obeying him and listening to his voice. So without further ado, here is the story of Jonah. Long ago, there lived a man named Jonah, and he lived in the land of Judah. Here he is. Hello, everyone. One day,
Hi.
One day, God spoke to Jonah and gave him this instruction.
Jonah, Jonah, I want you to go to the city of Nineveh and tell the people that live there that they've been very naughty and they must be punished.
Well, all right, God. I'm not too sure about that one. You see, the people of Nineveh, they live in the most important city in the land of Assyria. And they conquered us people here in Judah not so long ago. And me going there and telling them that you're angry with them, well, I think it may not go down so well, you know what I mean?
No, Jonah, said God, I still want you to go. You must tell the people of Nineveh that the way they're living their life is not pleasing to me and they must be punished. Well, Jonah shivered with fear.
Oh.
And he went and boarded a ship. But he didn't board a ship that was going to Nineveh. No, he boarded a ship that was going in the opposite direction. Jonah disobeyed God. And as soon as he boarded the ship, a really bad storm started.
The ship was beginning to sink because of the storm, so the people on board threw things over to make it lighter and prayed to their gods, but nothing helped. The sailors seized Jonah and said, "Who are you? Where are you from?"
I am Jonah, a Hebrew from Judah. God has sent this storm to punish me for disobeying him. You got to throw me into the sea, and then the storm will stop.
So the sailors on the ship, they weren't sure about throwing Jonah into the sea, but they were so scared of the storm and so scared of the boat sinking that in the end they decided and they chucked him over the boat into the sea.
Ah!
Poor Jonah! As soon as Jonah was thrown overboard, here he is, all wet, the sea and the storm calmed down. But Jonah sank right to the bottom of the sea and was swallowed by a massive fish. Now, if you come with me, I've made in my den what looks like a fish's belly. So let's go inside here. Oh, here we are inside my fish's belly. Now, Jonah didn't just get swallowed by the fish and that was the end of the story. He lived inside the fish's belly for 3 days and 3 nights.
Wow. And in the belly of the fish, Jonah did some serious thinking and some serious praying. He asked God for God's forgiveness and he promised to obey him. And God heard his prayer and ordered the fish to vomit Jonah up onto dry land. Here he is.
God spoke to him again. Jonah, Jonah, go to Nineveh and tell the people they've been very naughty. They have 40 days to change their lives and their ways, or I'm going to destroy the city. So Jonah went to Nineveh and said,
Change your wicked ways, or God will destroy you in 40 days.
Well, to Jonah's surprise, the people of Nineveh listened. The whole city, including the king, changed their naughty ways and listened to God and said sorry and worshipped God. So God spared the people of Nineveh, and Jonah learned the hard way that he needed to listen and obey God. He also learned that God doesn't like punishing people. God is a God who is loving and compassionate. What a story!
Wow, what a story indeed. Thank you so much, Jamie. There's loads of stuff in that story that God has to say to us today in the 21st century. Jamie, you've got a few thoughts about that, haven't you?
Yeah, you might be thinking, oh, what's this story about a big fish and someone getting swallowed up got to do with me in my life? But in actuality, there's quite a lot we can learn from this story. I think the most important thing that Jonah learned was God doesn't like punishing people. He doesn't want to punish people. In fact, God's all about love, and all he wanted people in Nineveh to do was realise that they were living in a way that was really not very nice. And as soon as they said sorry and realised what they were doing, God was happy to forgive them and happy that he could show them his love again. It also shows us that God's got an important job for everybody to do, even Jonah. And you might think, oh, I don't know if I fancy doing that. But God's jobs and God's work are always for good. So we needn't try and hide from God. Not that we can anyway, but we can know and trust that God's work is all about love.
Fantastic. Well, we're going to unpack that in our kids session. If you want to join in, just drop us a message. Go to the Stapleford Parish website. You can find us on there or on Facebook. And Jamie's got some interesting teddies and some more interesting props. And Jonah will feature again there. Thanks for joining in, guys, for another story time in our den. We look forward to seeing you next week. Bye.